Welcome.
Attention, please.
Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the No Comfort Zone podcast. It's time to get out of your comfort zone and live on purpose. Broadcasting to the world from Rockford, Illinois. This is your wake-up call.
Warning.
You are the solutions to all your problems. Stop thinking average. Become the hero version of yourself. Every day, every time, without fail, no exceptions. It all matters. You've entered the No Comfort Zone. It's time for a reality check.
On this episode, I'm going to actually take you through a brief coaching moment that I use the blueprint for the No Comfort Zone, and it's going to be relative to the person that might be in sales. And if you're not in sales, if you're a civilian, don't worry about it. You'll still get a lot out of this. So what I want to do is take you through the first part of it. And here's the first part of the blueprint. The mindset, the No Comfort Zone mindset is what started it all for me. This is the place that I started where I began to look at my current life where I was at, that look in the mirror, and I wanted to become very aware of where I was at. Why am I so fat? What are the reasons that I choose the choices that I've made when it comes to my food intake, my lack of exercise, and all of those things? I looked at it from a sales point of view. How persuasive am I? How knowledgeable am I on the subject? What skills do I currently have, and what habits do I need to form in order to become one of the best closers in my industry and also be known as one of the best closers in my industry? That was really important for me. So becoming aware was crucial as far as the first step goes. So physically, where am I at? Skill-wise, or where am I at professionally? And then I also wanted to look at my relationship. What can I do awareness level-wise to create more passion in my relationship? So I used the awareness, the A, as the first part of the blueprint. And I just started anything that came to my life. I wanted to become aware of why I did what I did. Why am I currently at where I'm at? And what am I basically realizing, like that frog in the pot of water on the stove that's a little warm and it's really cool. You know, it's not cool. It's relaxing and it feels good. And the next thing you know, the water picks up and it even feels better, you know. And the next thing you know, you're being cooked in boiling water and you can't get out of it. And to me, that's the No Comfort Zone, right in that warm water where it starts. So I was in that place where the water was boiling and I had to get out where I was at. That's the reason I chose to run in place when I did. I just became so hypersensitive to my level of awareness, and it became crucial towards my survival that I had to get out of this moment, and I had to become really uncomfortable and put myself into full-on fight and flight mode. I had to get to that point where I wasn't going to take any more crap from anybody or anything, including myself. Now, I mentioned this about sales because sales is a way for me to, what I'm doing internally, I can judge it on the outside. So what I did is I identified why I made the choices I made in my life. It was from lack of security. I didn't feel comfortable with who I was as a person. So I made emotional decisions that were in the short term. These emotional decisions made me feel good for the minute and for the moment. And those minutes and moments had consequences, whether it was leaving work early to go be in a relationship, or whether it was leaving that relationship to go have a drink with my friends. Whatever it was, I was jumping for comfort, right? I was trying to feel safe and secure, and I identified the reasons why I did these things. And why did I make these big moves in my life? Why did I move from Virginia to Hawaii? I did it because, quite frankly, I was uncomfortable in facing my reality. So what I decided to do was change my reality by not dealing with it, which was my true comfort zone. Super confusing, but I hope that makes sense. So then what I had to decide is, that's what it came down to, is decisions. So AID, I had to decide in life, what do I really want? What do I really want in my life? I want to be physically fit and I want to have muscles. I want to be physically fit and I want to have muscles. That's just it. I want to be healthy and I want to be happy and I want to feel great in my body. How do you do that? Well, you do that through a discipline, watching what you eat, working out consistently for a long period of time, a lifetime, and changing your habits to healthy choices. And so I decided that's what I wanted. In work, I decided I wanted to become a six-figure salesperson, but I only wanted to work half the month, and that became a reality for me. And then more so and more so. And I wanted to have more fun, and I wanted my clients to love me, and I wanted to be in a great relationship with them. And I always said this, there's always those A players. When I said this in sales, I should probably write about this again. A players are those people that if you have a special function that's going in your house, your A players, your A customers are the ones you invite to your house and they invite you to theirs. Even though there's a professional relationship, you get along so well that it's exciting to have those people in your life. They truly become friends. And wouldn't that be great to sell your friends? They need something that you have. You sell them something, you provide a service, you get paid a commission to do that, and it's all fair and it's all above board, and you take care of the person and also the transaction. I think it's phenomenal. It's a great way to solve problems for other people. So I know that when my head's right, when I know where I want to go in my life, what decisions I've made, what choices I really want to go after, I know that ethically, if I have them written down, if I know where I'm at awareness-wise, I've identified how I've got there and what I'm willing to do to go to the next step, what are my strengths and weaknesses, what decisions am I going to go for. I want to be that salesperson that's making six figures working half the month. That was a huge goal of mine that I wanted to do for a long time. I want to be a guy that's going to be 185 pounds, healthy, sexy, and extremely fit. I wanted to be that guy. And a couple of times in my life, I became that guy. And now I am not. So I'm back on the road again. There's nothing saying that you can't have a six-pack at 50, and I'm going for it. So that being said, why am I bringing this up in sales? Because when you do all those things right and you take care of yourself and your head's right and you're in like the sales game, that's when things start to kind of come your way. Because when you have the discipline and ethics and you commit to better yourself, that right there is the secret formula to becoming a great salesman, one that people will write about. Because when you commit to yourself and personal growth and you make the changes internally, you can become that person that changes the reality for the people around you. So if you just use the no comfort zone method, AIDA, awareness, identify, decide, and take action. You've got to run with this and you've got to do massive action. My massive action starts for me at 4:55 in the AM. I get up and in about 10 seconds, I've got my clothes on, my goals written out, I've drank 2 glasses of water, and by 5 o'clock, I'm on the treadmill, and I'm doing what I need to do at high intensity for about 20 minutes. Yes, I now have a treadmill. It's long overdue, but I have a treadmill now. I'm getting old, man. My feet hurt. So on the treadmill, instead of running in place, it's been working out great for me. Now, in addition to that, I do want to pick up the weights and do those other things. And by 7:30, I need to be on the road and going out there. That's my action. Those are my disciplines. And I know when I get into my environment where I'm going to be producing my living, earning my money, whatever that might be, whether it's in front of your computer, whether it's going to be in your workplace, or if you're going to be on the road, whatever it is, you're going to have the right mindset to do that. And that's the no comfort zone mindset. You're getting ready to go wait on a sales call. You're getting ready to wait on a customer. You're getting ready to go into a sales meeting. I'm telling you this, you need to be the A version of yourself. You need to be the best version of yourself that transitions from the person in the car to the person to going in your place of business, from the person that's on the phone to going to wait on a customer face to face. And how do you do that? You use the no comfort zone mindset. And that's what I help people do who are struggling in sales, who are dealing with adversity, who are trying to rebuild their life. I just take you through what's important to you. And I do a lot of listening. We take about maybe 20 minutes and we talk about what's going on with you and where are you at. And I keep bringing you back to solution. What do you want to change? I understand your wife left you. That's a terrible place to be. But where do you want to go? I want to get her back. That might not be a reality. You want to be in a wholesome, passionate relationship, right? That's what you really want. One that's filled with passion. And right now you've got a lot of passion, but it's negative passion because your wife hates your guts. So let's focus on what you can control. Let's get your mind right. Become aware. How did this happen? We go through it. Identify. What are those things in your life that you need to change? What are those things in your life that you identify that you need to work on? Decide what it is that you really want. A lot of times that's not the person that you want. And then what action do you need to take? Sometimes, and hey, guys, gals, everybody, sometimes a lot of relationships are destroyed because of lack of discipline on your end. Lack of discipline. not getting off the phone when you should, turning off the Netflix, throwing the phone in the other room and having an intimate, meaningful, passionate conversation with your significant other. A lot of this is maturity, but a lot of it's discipline too. And when you do those things and we work that way, what ends up happening is your reality does begin to change. It might not change the way that you wanted it to go, but it does change for the better because you're working on personal growth, personal development, you're working on discipline. And I can walk you through the other parts of the blueprint. There's 4 other parts to it. My favorite's momentum, when it all starts to come together. But hey, let's talk about this. Just think about this for a moment. If you knew you couldn't fail, what would you focus on? What would you do? What type of life would you want to live? Well, sports fans, it's that time for you to get out of your comfort zone and start living on purpose.
Say goodbye.
Want more of the No Comfort Zone? You can follow Dan on Instagram and Twitter at NoComfortZone1.
Bye.
Or on the web at thenocomfortzone.com.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to the No Comfort Zone podcast.
Bye-bye.